of the fundamental values of America, right, is no one left behind. Politicians will use this phrase when talking about stimulating our economy or improving our education, but when it comes to life or death, for Americans trapped behind enemy lines, no one left behind is everything. Joe Biden promised he would not leave until we got everyone out of Afghanistan. Remember this?
Americans should understand that troops might have to be there beyond August 31st.
No, Americans should understand that we're going to try to get it done before August 31st.
But if we don't, the troops will stay.
If we don't, we'll determine at the time who's left.
And
if there are American forces, if there's American citizens left, we're going to stay till we get them all out.
Well, there you have it. He lied. And even worse, he has no remorse today. Hours late, he took to the podium to defend his extraordinary success, as he called it, of a withdrawal. There's no success in this withdrawal. It was full of more lies, his speech was, and instead of a president giving a strong and dignified speech to the American people who feel embarrassed, by the way, and betrayed by him, he yelled at us and again refused to take questions.
The extraordinary success of this mission was due to the incredible skill, bravery, and selfless courage of the United States military and our diplomats and intelligence professionals. This is the way the mission was designed. It was designed to operate under severe stress and attack, and that's what it did. The bottom line, 90% of Americans in Afghanistan who wanted to leave were able to leave. I believe this is the right decision, a wise decision, and the best decision for America.
13 American military members are dead, and we've got 10% of Americans left behind. That's unacceptable. Like I said, he's got no remorse. He's delusional. The public does not believe his surrender is a success, not by a long shot. This is how out of touch he is with how Americans feel about his deadly debacle in Afghanistan. I have sources that can refute nearly everything he declared. While telling us they were working to move Americans to safety, the Biden State Department was doing the exact opposite, shutting down flights with Americans and our allies on board, telling other countries not to let these evac planes land, even closing the gates to the airport to Americans with blue passports. All of this confirmed to me by people in direct contact with civilians working at the airport in Kabul. To me, it looks like the State Department sabotaged rescue efforts, sunk them. Listen to the president of the private evacuation group, the Nazarene Fund, talk about the State Department's criminal actions, in his opinion, on this program.
You had the Taliban on the outside and you had the State Department on the inside, and those were the two biggest hurdles we had to deal with. The State Department is getting actively involved in trying to prevent people from going to those nations. There's no good explanation for that. You know, the State Department, if there's a swamp in Washington, D.C., this is the one with the most alligators in it.
Well, instead of explaining themselves today, or more importantly, apologizing for the ineptitude, Team Biden went straight into full spin mode. State Department spokesperson Ned Price tweeted a Washington Post editorial claiming the State Department deserves more credit for its effort to evacuate Americans from Afghanistan. Credit? But even if one American is left behind, it's a failure. Most Americans, if not all, agree with that. Sadly, this administration not only doesn't understand that, I don't think they care. They are literally now talking about sending money to the Taliban, American money, your tax dollars, the group that provided safe haven to the 9/11 mastermind and the jihadists that carried out the attack that killed 3,000 Americans. That's who they want to send money to?
When it comes to our economic and development assistance relationship with the Taliban, that will be about the Taliban's actions. It will be about whether they follow through on their commitments to safe passage.
The Taliban's actions? There are videos flying around right now. There's audio recordings of the Taliban going door to door hunting down America's Afghani partners and executing them. There are reports of executions on the streets. And don't forget, Taliban's so-called security let the suicide bomber through to kill our men and women. Why does Team Biden insist we can trust our mortal enemies? It makes no sense.